still remember day one of the office was when Amit told me, when I pitched him this idea, let's do this. He told me, you have to do 1 crore rupees of sale. If you don't do that much, there's no point of doing that business.
Oh wow.
And I was like, day zero है, अभी मुझे 5 रुपए की सेल का पता नहीं है. 1 crore is too much for me. मुझे लगता है कि आपको लगता है कि आपने तोड़ डिजाइन, तोड़ प्रोडक्ट बनाया है, आप आते हो दुनिया में बेचने के लिए, then you realize ये fuck.
किसी ने नहीं लेना.
ये चाहिए नहीं ना उनको. I still have that person in my office. There was a female who joined us, whom we approached, and she was ready to join. And suddenly, her parents came to see the place कि भैया बेटी को काम करवाना, देख तो ले जगह कैसी है.
100%.
And this person comes in and he knocks the door and he sees कि यार ये तो कुछ है ही नहीं अंदर. लाइट बंद है, एक बंदा बैठा है बस. मैं तो मेरी बेटी को यहाँ नहीं भेजूंगा काम करने.
Well, it may seem like I'm at a music studio, लेकिन मैं हूँ एक cool, cozy, amazing co-working space at the CoWrks in Cyber City, Gurgaon. ये है Mashable Mornings presented by CoWrks, and you're going to be watching and looking at us talk to a guy who's a young entrepreneur in India. With the man himself, the CEO and co-founder of Noise, Gaurav Khatri. यार ये वही लोग हैं जिन्होंने फ्यूचरिस्टिक और कूल सा टेक लाया है इंडिया में, इन वेयरेबल्स, नाउ ग्लासेस, कूल हेडफोन्स. सो आई वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट ड्राइव्स देम. इन्हें कहाँ से आई ये चुल ऐसे कूल से टेक प्रोडक्ट्स बनाने की, क्योंकि एट Mashable वी आर obsessed with our tech. So we are going to go drive around Gurgaon in a car that you love with our man Gaurav Khatri. Let's go for it. Good morning.
Good
How
morning.
are you?
Very well. How are you?
Seat belt.
Seatbelt, yes. We are at the right spot.
This is Mashable Mornings.
Lovely.
हम
Happy to have you.
बहुत
guys.
5 AM क्लब पढ़ के बैठे हैं.
चलो मैं वो बंदा ही नहीं होता.
आप वो नहीं हो.
बहुत स्टोरीज नहीं मिलने वाली हैं आपको. No, but I am a morning person, but not the 5 AM club, not a mandatory routine that I follow.
Oh wow, okay.
So keep yourself open to do what you want.
Fair enough, यार. That's a great one to go. मतलब वो thought process भी बहुत बढ़िया लगती है मेरे को. कि तो कितने बजे उठते हो आप?
Yeah, normally I get up around 6:30. I would say 6:30 plus minus 15-20 minutes. But अभी थोड़ा travel भी रहता है, तो morning flights, and you will get up at 5 also, they'll get up at 4 also. Now I have made myself comfortable with any time I can get up. Normally a morning person, not a person who genuinely like waking up late. कितना भी लेट सो, सुबह जल्दी उठना चाहिए. वो नहीं तो uncomfortable हो जाता हूँ पूरा दिन.
हाँ ऐसा है ना फिर. तो मतलब एक तरीके से है फिर आपका मॉर्निंग रूटीन जिसमें आप कर लेते हो ऐसी चीजें.
मॉर्निंग रूटीन इतना ही है कि उठना है सुबह. हाँ. बट नो स्ट्रिक्ट थिंग दैट कि यार अभी आज जिम जाना ही जाना है. Okay. आज मैंने जिम जाने का तो विल गो जिम, विल गो फॉर वॉक, मे बी समडे विल जस्ट sit down in the balcony with a cup of coffee.
Nice.
So keep yourself comfortable. किसी दिन काम ज़्यादा तो सुबह उठते ही काम लग जाओ.
हाँ. देखिए हम मिलेनियल जनता है, 90s किड्स हैं. मैं एटलीस्ट.
करेक्ट.
तो हम लोग, आप भी हो ना. हाँ तो ये जो आपको तो पता ही होगा कि आपका ब्रांड नेम नॉइस is a way that we say nice also. Yeah. So
this is first time that I am hearing though.
Really? We say noise.
Yeah, noise man. Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
I think we have not thought about so yeah.
So मैं अभी रिसेंटली राहुल गांधी से बात कर रहा था और उन्होंने मुझे बताया कि नहीं शो ऑफ नहीं, मतलब just recall for our people who haven't seen the episode कि when you're a pilot, the way you approach something is 30,000 feet. Right. And as an entrepreneur, that comes in really handy because you're strategically looking at things from a very top-down kind of view also, right?
यार मेरा थोड़ा सा ना different view है इसमें.
अब बताओ.
मुझे लगता है कि lot of time when you only see a 30,000 view, you really don't understand what is the ground reality. At 30,000 view, you think यार सब कुछ हरा भरा ही तो है. It's all beautiful inside and the place is beautiful. The moment you land and the moment you roam around the place, then you realize कि यार यहाँ पे भी problem है. यहाँ पे है ना speed breakers. Then you don't see it from the 30,000 feet. So I think as an entrepreneur in my early days, I have been very hands-on with each and every task that I've done. And that's what I am more of a detail kind of a guy who want to do things and see, test, and then execute. But yeah, with time I've evolved myself, and there are different views now. But you should have a 30,000 feet view, but you should have the ground reality checks also. Otherwise, you'll make a lot of mistakes, and whatever you want to start or whatever you want to execute, वो 30,000 view से होता नहीं है. Reality बहुत अलग होती है.
100%. आई थिंक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग वाला जो भी बंदा रहेगा वो ये बात बोलेगा ही, क्यों?
हाँ, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग वाला भी बोलेगा, मुझे लगता है हर कोई बोलेगा यार।
हाँ क्या?
मुझे लगता है कि आपको लगता है कि आपने तोड़ प्रोडक्ट बनाया है, आप आते हो दुनिया में बेचने के लिए, देन यू रियलाइज ये फक,
किसी ने नहीं लेना।
ये चाहिए ही नहीं ना उनको। आप किसके लिए कर रहे हो ये सब?
विच इज फेयर।
Yeah.
लेकिन एक एविएटर एक वेरेबल ब्रांड कैसे डिवाइस कर रहा है और अपने भाई के साथ कैसे एक एंटरप्रेन्योरियल वेंचर चालू कर रहा है, दैट्स माय की काइंड ऑफ इनसाइट दैट आई वांट टू टेक अवे।
See, honestly, like I said, I think I left my hometown in 2000 and probably 7. I think 7 years. That's what I was 17 years old that time. I was 16 and a half or 17 year old, yeah. Very, very naive. I had no idea how does the world work. Never stepped out, never sat in an aircraft. And first time I sat in the aircraft was when I was going to Philippines. That was the first time I entered the airport. First time I saw immigration भी कुछ होता है. First time I saw कि यार एयरपोर्ट में बहुत ठंड लगती है. I was like टी-शर्ट पहन के चल दिए. And then realized यार बहुत ठंडा है.
Shit यार, ये तो काफी इंटरेस्टिंग इनसाइट दे दिया आपने। ये क्या बात हो गई? हाँ, फिर?
So yeah, I think I started my journey. That time I was very excited to become a pilot, and
Super, of course.
that was genuinely the first love. I think I still have that. But with time, when I came back, when I came back to India, I got my commercial license. I did all my, all the exams that you have to go through in India.
एक सेकंड ना।
Yeah.
Can we see where you started off from?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I know you have to come back and आप लोगों को एक और टेस्ट देना पड़ता है because Indian license के लिए आपको।
yeah, बहुत नॉलेज है ना।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
क्या बात है।
I'm an aviation fanatic, मुझे पायलट बनना था।
अरे यार, फिर तो सही है, चलो। Then I think I can relate more, and maybe you will be able to relate more.
Yes.
So yeah, मैं मतलब touchwood जैसे पायलट में गया, वहाँ सब कुछ लाइफ में अच्छा होने लगा. I mean, I was the topper of no, I would not say topper, but one of the ace pilot. I did all my flying quickly.
Oh, you're a geek, is it?
I think I was at that particular time, but I got fortunate in exams also. I called through all the exams in one go.
ये सब geekों का एक ही है, देखिए ये fortunate humble
नहीं fortunate ये नहीं है, humble तो क्या है भैया, fortunate ही बोलूँगा अभी.
हाँ जी.
तो अब हुआ ये कि 18.5 साल या 19 साल की उम्र में लाइसेंस तो आ गया आपके पास
जी.
But other side, the aviation industry was going through a rough phase.
Yeah.
Where there were hardly any jobs. I did not have that background where I knew a lot of people from the aviation industry who can help me to get through. So the journey was to figure out yourself. Take left, take left. The journey was to figure out yourself. How do you want to find your own rasta to reach to that cockpit, right? Plus again, it's not a very cheap course.
100%.
It is an expensive course because even if you become a pilot, you have to then spend more time on the trainings of Airbus and Boeings and all.
Yeah.
And that happens. So that was a very dull period, I would say, of aviation industry.
Yeah.
And it's then when I realized कि यार यहाँ तो time लग सकता है. Why not to figure out something else in parallel, and meanwhile this will keep happening. And that's when I started thinking about, because I was very, very fanatic about gadgets. I was someone who was always involved into internet, gadgets, what is happening around the world, क्या नया आया है, क्या चल रहा है. So that I had a very strong instinct in that कि यार gadgets के around कुछ तो मचने वाला है देश में. और I think I've seen the world. I was traveling all across Philippines and Southeast Asia and couple of European countries. So I realized कि यार वहाँ पे ना बहुत सारी brands हैं, which India does not have. India does not have the experiential brand. We either have the brand to fulfill the need of the moment, but we don't have that brand which people love. They really aspire. They feel great about it. कि यार मैंने ये watch पहनी है या मैंने ये product use कर रहा हूँ. So that's when I clicked that's when this idea got clicked in my mind, and I thought, why not to speak to Amit about it, who was running his own business in parallel. He was 10 years older than me, and who had that substance in his life. He was running his business and he was successful there.
But आप business परिवार से नहीं हो?
नहीं. My parents are. My mom is a teacher. She was principal in a government school. My dad is a doctor. My sister is doctor. My brother-in-law is doctor. Now my father-in-law is a doctor. So a lot of doctors around me. No businessman other than Amit, who is my co-founder. He is
and
my
वो क्या business करते थे?
He was into some other he was the partners with H&M, Zara. He was in fashion accessories business where he used to supply a lot of garment accessories to the.
So he knew some bit of supply chain.
He knew some bit of supply chain. He had the great experience of understanding how to create a business and things like that.
Nice.
I had an idea. I thought, yaar, aaj ki janata ko ye chahiye. There is this audience which is looking for something different.
Yeah.
We should really double click on it. And I just asked him, let's quickly figure out there's a time when internet is booming. Let's go straight. When internet is booming, when e-commerce is booming, when this janta is getting very very evolved in terms of using the internet. हम Facebook देख रहे हैं, हम Instagram देख रहे हैं, Orkut से आ रहे हैं, right? That journey we all have seen.
100%.
So I thought it's a right time to why not give an attempt by yourself? Why not to create that brand?
So you started and at the get go you'd crack the products?
Yeah, honestly not. So मैं 30,000 व्यूज से ही देख रहा था उस समय. हो जाएगा बस, सोच लिया अपने. तो
बस वेट ही कर रहे हैं वेंडर हमारा प्रोडक्ट बनाने के लिए.
वो भी एक अलग चीज है. मतलब वेट तो मेरे को लगता है वेंडर तो बना देता है, कंज्यूमर लेने का वेट कर रहा है, ये सोचता है नहीं यार मैं लाऊंगा और कल सक्सेसफुल है. So I had some learnings in that. I got I think you have to take left. So I've got
ये left.
हाँ ये left. So I got cases and I started with the mobile accessories as a business because you can't start with gadgets at day one where you don't have knowledge, you don't have understanding about forget product, you don't have an understanding of how the market behave, what are consumer things, how does what you are thinking in your mind is consumer also thinking in the same way.
100%.
I started with cases and cover. I didn't get success in day one.
Really?
I came up with only iPhone covers. I thought यही तो चलता है. And I would say I got my learning.
Yes, of
that's
course.
not the reality. We need to think about the mass audience. We need to think about what are they owning.
Yes.
And it's
Android
then
is 85% of our country.
Yes, that's then I realized it very quickly. Got it hands on. Quickly got cases in cover. Started expanding the brand. Really got good love from initial consumers. Got an understanding about how the digital media works. What are the platforms? So I had absolutely zero idea when I started this because I just came as a student. Generally, I had no idea. But I had clarity कि यार digital चलता है, online चलता है. We should try and build. This is the next set of revolution that will come in the country where brands can be built online. You don't need to go offline. A lot of people used to tell me कि यार ये थोड़ी होता है, ऐसे थोड़ी चलता है.
दुकान पे जाती है Indian audience को.
But I think I had a belief and I think that a lot of things worked into our favor. The acceptability of the technology become much faster than
और आप लोग कौन से शहर में थे?
No, I was in Bikaner when I went out for flying. उसके बाद I came down to Delhi where Amit was already running his business because I just thought there's no point of me sitting in Bikaner and figuring out jobs for pilot there. It's better to come down here. At least I'll see some other opportunity. I'll have access to different things, which worked in my favor.
Yeah.
So the moment I started working accessories on business, I think I would say a month later I realized कि यार ये I have to be more closer to the audience. I need to be very practical about who are my consumers, and then I got my learning very quickly.
Fair enough.
Adapted very fast. Got the cases and cover which India masses would want and they would own. Got some brilliant designs. We were the most selling brand in that particular year on online marketplaces and our own website.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's how the journey started. But the kida of becoming a tech entrepreneur was there, right? I wanted to do something around the tech. I wanted to do something around gadget because, like I said before, I mean, I was very fanatic about यार क्या चल क्या रहा है, कैसे नया टेक्नोलॉजी आ रहा है, क्या चेंजेस आ रहे हैं. I've done everything. I've tried everything.
So क्या क्या बनाया आपने? फिर फोन कवर्स बनाया फिर आप लोगों ने?
फोन कवर्स बनाए. फोन कवर्स के immediately बाद we started working on wearable and hearables.
Oh really? That must have been like you're talking 12 years ago, right?
Yeah, this is not 12 years now. I think it's around 2014 is when Noise started. 2015 and or 16 early we started thinking about wearable, though we were thinking about little early also, but the technology was not that mature. The understanding about the technology was not mature. Apple had just come. I think Fitbit used to be there. So yeah, I think we got some learning from these couple of brands who are globally successful. We thought let's try and make a more Indianized version of these products and try to supply it to the consumer. Let's democratize the technology to the early adopters and then matured customers in a journey. So yeah, I think we worked on the technology for like 2 years.
Yeah.
We traveled across the world to understand how it is happening. Met a lot of folks in technology space, understand how it is happening, what kind of product that we need to build. Learned all this in 2.5 years time. In 2018 is when we came up with our flagship series of noise color fit pro series, which came up and which just killed everyone. It just nailed it. That was a moment then we realized कि यार जो सोच रहे हैं वो सही है. Let's double down, let's double click and then expand our work. And
but आप लोग अभी भी एक कौन से ऑफिस में हो, कहाँ से चालू किए थे आप लोग?
So I'll take you to that place.
हाँ जी.
I still remember day one of my office. It's a basement. It used to be house in Gurgaon. उसके बेसमेंट में पूरा नहीं लिया था, आधा बेसमेंट लिया था. Where I thought I'll start my journey. I have a story around that also. I'll tell you when we go to that place.
Fair enough.
So I thought कि यार अब ठीक है, ऑफिस चाहिए होता है, चलते हैं, बना लेंगे वहाँ से. And you don't come with that thought कि यार कल ही सब कुछ बदल जाएगा, सब बड़ा हो जाएगा. So we started with that. Rented a half basement and created some cubicles there, some cabin and some stuff कि यार यहाँ कर लेंगे. I think that's the right. ठीक है.
But आज का जमाना होता तो कोवर्किंग स्पेस ले रहे होते आप कोई?
अब तो 100% अभी भी कोवर्किंग स्पेस पे बिलीव करते हैं,
है ना?
हाँ 100%, नो डाउट अबाउट इट. यार उस समय नहीं थी इतनी सब चीजें और इतना एक्सपोजर भी नहीं था यार. बच्चे थे, गलती कर रहे थे, सीख रहे थे, पैसा भी नहीं था, तो
जो कमा रहे थे वो डाल रहे हो फिर धंधे में.
आज तक भी वही कर रहे हैं वैसे.
क्या बात कर रहे हो?
हाँ, we are completely bootstrapped. We have not raised a single penny so far.
Yeah, that's what.
And God has been kind, I would say.
Yeah, touch wood, man. I really appreciate that. My father's a businessman. मुझे समझता है exactly कितना.
If you remember this place, आज भी देखो basement 2 let पे. That's the place.
आएगा कैमरा आगे आएगा. 1 सेकंड में हम लोग आगे पार्किंग मिल गई है गनीमत. आओ देख के आते हैं.
I just hope अंकल नाराज ना हो जाएं. वेयर हाउस नहीं है यार, प्रॉपर ऑफिस था यार.
प्रॉपर ऑफिस था.
फिर उसको वेयर हाउस में कन्वर्ट किया था.
अरे वाह. हाँ, तो कैसा होता था यहाँ पर?
तो कुछ नहीं यार, यहाँ पे हमने हाफ बेसमेंट लिया था. और
ये सब बिल्डिंगें वगैरह थी?
नहीं यार, ये नहीं थी. आई रिमेम्बर ये नहीं थी. ये सब खाली होता था. ये सब कुछ भी नहीं था. अब तो काफी कुछ हो गया. मैं खुद आई थिंक आई हैव कम आफ्टर 6-7 years यार.
Oh sweet.
So yeah, I started the first day of noise from the basement here.
और अब बताओ कहानी क्या थी आपकी?
कुछ नहीं यार, मैं अकेला था ऑफिस में. I was the only one. I had no staff, no.
What are you saying?
I had no staff. So day one was no staff.
Of course.
So then I thought I'll start finding good people. But unfortunately, basement देख के, it was very difficult to pitch people कि यार join करो. You used to not get the great quality talent. I still remember. I still have that person in my office. There was a female who joined us, whom we approached, and she was ready to join. And suddenly, her parents came to see the place कि भैया बेटी को काम करवाना, देख तो लें जगह कैसी है.
100%.
And he came up and I was single one, light off है, क्यों light on करनी है, खाली बैठा हूँ मैं. And this person comes in and he knocks the door and he sees कि यार ये तो कुछ है ही नहीं अंदर. लाइट बंदा है, एक बंदा बैठा है बस. मैं तो मेरी बेटी को यहाँ नहीं भेजूंगा काम करने.
Of course, right? डर जाएगा पिताजी कोई भी.
And I think that was also great learning of that day. I realized कि यार.
So you jazzed up the workplace, you made the vibe happening and all.
I thought कि I'll just use this place then as a warehouse. I'll try and move out.
Fair enough.
And find out a better place where I can get the quality people and I can ask. Sumit had another office. I asked him कि यार I want to borrow the space. So वहाँ पे we'll start doing it. And
आज बाकी अंदर कंटिन्यू. So then how are you expanding? आपके भाई की जगह जो थी वहाँ पर.
So he was running his old office. And then I asked him कि यार let's start hiring the first few people from that place. And that was honestly a very beautiful office.
Where was this?
This was सोना रोड करके एक जगह है.
अरे वाह, ऑफ कोर्स मुझे सोना रोड पता है. हाँ. So then आप अपने भाई के साथ उनकी स्पेस में then move करते हो.
हाँ, then I started working in the same office where Amit was working, and then got first few people.
Was Amit part of the partnership till now? नहीं.
Yeah, he's the one who is the man, I would say, behind all my learning and pushing everybody else in the team to take it to the next level. So yeah, he was the one who had that experience, then that knowledge. We were all the यार ये भी हो जाएगा, वो भी हो जाएगा. You know, he was like, think about that direction, think in that place. I still remember day one of the office was when Amit told me, when I pitched him this idea, let's do this. He told me, यार you have to do Gaurav, you have to do 1 crore rupees of sale. If you don't do that much, there's no point of doing that business.
Oh wow.
And I was like, यार day zero है, अभी मुझे 5 रुपए की सेल का पता नहीं है. 1 crore is too much for me.
But 1 crore is a great target. Your brother is like, भाई ये देख, ये करना है तुझे.
I think in that ways, because he has done it, he was there, he has experienced it, and he knew if the business is not doing numbers, it is not sustainable.
100%.
End of the day, business is all about the revenue and profits that
Of
you
course,
make, right?
Of course.
So I've been fortunate that I had right people. I had a mentor like him.
Very important to have that guidance,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, take left, I think. So yeah, I think we got some few people there initially, started growing, got some initial success. Like I said, Cases and Cover, we sold more than 1 million units of Cases and Cover in first 2 years, and started gradually understanding about the technology piece, gadget piece, started traveling a lot, understood how do we create, understood the market, internationally क्या चल रहा है, India में क्या चल रहा है, trends क्या हैं. And then we started working on. So one thing that has worked always in our favor is, I think we have been always a technology forward brand.
Yes.
We have always wanted to do products which are not easily accessible or are more futuristic, right? And hence we came up with wearable and hearables, the truly wireless that we do. That time nobody was doing it in the India. And I think that's the reason, when you're trying to solve for the future, when you're thinking कि यार आगे क्या होने वाला, rather than trying to solve it for today. So that things worked into our favor, and it's then I started working well in 2018 with, I think our watch sold maximum in the country, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
And post that got really, really good love from the consumer, because the kind of design that we were building, the kind of experience that we were trying to give was phenomenal, honestly. And I think it's still phenomenal, I would say. But yeah, it was a great journey. I mean, I still get goosebumps when अब यार कैसे सोच लिया था, कैसे कर लिया था. I never realized कि ये सब चीजें हो जाती हैं, करने लगते हैं तो शायद हो भी जाती हैं.
नहीं, बहुत ही प्यारा इमोशन मुझे देखने को मिल रहा है, जहाँ पर एक ह्यूमिलिटी भी है और ये सच भी है कि यार सोचा ही नहीं था ऐसा सब हो जाएगा, हो गया, अभी क्या करेंगे.
चाहते थे हो जाए, but you still need to be, keep yourself in a reality that
100%.
you need to work hard for it. I still remember somebody asked me, did you ever think that you will be number 3rd brand of the world? I said, yeah, honestly not. But when we realized that our technology is getting absorbed and people are loving us, then we thought, why not to make it as a mission and try to reach to that position, and why not to lead it to the world. Now why not to go global, and why not to create India's first brand that goes global and create that remark. We always have been a country which is receiving brands from outside,
100%,
right?
yes.
It's a time when India would see that the brands are going out and creating that history for the
Make
world.
in India brand is going out.
Yeah.
So kudos for that यार. देखिए, ये बताओ मेरे को कि 2 क्वेश्चन है. एक तो जब आपका एक ऐसा प्रोडक्ट हिट हो जाता है और तब इन्वेस्टमेंट, देयर आर दीज शार्क्स हु आर सिटिंग हु ट्रूली वुड थिंक ऑफ कि भाई ये उठा लेते हैं कंपनी. तो आपके साथ ऐसा हुआ क्या कि आपको कॉल आया भाई कि ला बेचेगा क्या टाइप के?
यार I would say people have reached out. I would not say कि ऐसा नहीं हुआ है. But I think honestly we have never given too much of importance to all these things. Right? We have not given too much of importance. I think we were in our own नशा यार.
हाँ ना?
We were on, मतलब हम उसी में इतने बिजी थे कि हमें क्या करना है, कैसे करना है, हम उसी की खुशी ले रहे हैं यार. अभी we are getting 1 successful product, 2 successful product, 5 successful product. Now people are loving us, people know us. Why not to create it by yourself?
Nice.
So the idea of creating for a longer duration, for a bigger reason, was there very early when we started, right? And I think so never got influenced or pepped up about कि यार ये कर लेते हैं, वैसा सोच लेते हैं. So I think, and I still feel it's a journey यार. It's a journey for everybody.
या इतना पैसा लेके एग्जिट मार लेते हैं टाइप्स.
अभी तक तो नहीं आया.
हाँ जी, हाँ. अच्छा, ऐसा नहीं आया कि
अभी तक भी मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, अभी तक तो उसमें है कि यार why not to make it to the next level, when you can do it by yourself.
So then what new product of futuristic technology is going on inside the labs, and what are these labs?
So yeah, Noise Labs is a incubator arm of Noise, where what we are doing is we are working on a lot of innovation piece, which probably are not there in the country right now. So we launched eyewear.
Oh yes, I remember.
Yeah, you remember, right? So we had that was one of its kind, at the right technology, at right price, and targeting to the right audience. It was a limited edition thing, Then we came up with India's, I would say rather world's first gesture control truly wireless, where you don't need to touch your truly wireless also. You just need to nod your head in whatever way or form you want. That it will take a command and will reject the call, or maybe play the next song, or you can do a voice command, play this song on Spotify or play this song on XYZ app, right? So all that feature that we built, and I think our team currently is extremely excited about Noise Labs as a thought process.
Yeah.
Right? They're excited that this is thing that we are keeping, upgraded to ourselves. I mean, I would not say upgraded to ourselves, but the team is excited about building this as a different piece, which may become extremely big tomorrow. We are ready, we are prepared to own up tomorrow's technology before probably anybody in the world comes up with that piece.
Oh, sweet.
So we are working in that direction, that kind of a team that we have built, strong team in R&D and tech that we have got in-house now. So yeah, a very, very great learning for all of us, and time and energy that we are putting up there.
So we ended up having picked you up from One Horizon Center on Golf Course Road.
Right.
For me, it's now interesting to understand what is the current workspace like. मतलब अभी office का vibe क्या है आपके?
Office का vibe honestly बहुत young है. So we don't have any cabins in the office.
Wow.
And
so you also have an open structure and you sit out?
I sit out. I don't even have a separate desk. I sit out in just center of the team with my team, the people that I work very closely with.
Really?
Yeah. I feel that's how I can get connected. Yeah, you can't always work and discuss work with the team. I generally chat cricket में क्या चल रहा है यार, what do you think about that, what do you think about Bollywood, what do you FIFA में क्या हुआ, कल मैच देखा गया. What that chat also, you will sit down in the corner and people will think यार ये तो उनका कुछ चल रहा है, इनका कुछ चल रहा है. I think I am that kind of a person who is more approachable, and the culture is also such that you will find people roaming around. We have a very young organization. The average age would be what, if I remove the CXOs, the average age would be 25, 26.
Really?
That kind of energy you will see, and these all people are passionate noise maker. So you'll hear a lot of noise, you'll hear good music on the floor.
Always.
And I think that culture, that vibes have been embedded by everyone. Well, it's of whatever age in the system now.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very open environment for anybody to come with any thought and lead any campaign, anything about whatever is happening in the business. So
नहीं क्यों मैं ऐसा क्यों पूछ रहा था क्योंकि मैं अभी CoWrks से निकल के आया हूँ.
Okay.
काफी cool space बना रखी है यार, मतलब ऐसे it's like well lit, you have nice food and drinks and everything. Not a time I'm used to, like I've like the 10-year-old self who came into the world, it's all the corporate spaces. This kind of space really inspires me to be like, wow yaar, मजे करो office आके.
Yeah, that's true. And that's the vibe that we have in office. You will find some or the random parties going on, some or the random dance moments going on. We have normally on Tuesday, you will find people doing yoga. Some specific day, you will find people doing Zumba.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. We get the instructors from outside and they help us to organize. And it's a BAU exercise. You will find people doing it, and it's now very acceptable, and people look forward for all these activities.
Another thing that I have about entrepreneurs is, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि एक टाइम के बाद आप लोग थोड़े से स्पिरिचुअल हो जाते हो, थोड़े से there's a belief that you're putting into something.
अभी नहीं हुआ है मेरे लाइफ में, ऐसा कोई मोमेंट आया नहीं है अभी. आई एम स्टिल लर्निंग एवरी डे. सो स्पिरिचुअलिटी तो नहीं बोलूँगा, बट हाँ अभी फिर भी मुझे लगता है कि देयर इज अ कामनेस दैट कम्स इन बिकॉज यू स्ट्रगल विद लॉट ऑफ वर्क एवरी डे, एंड यू रियलाइज कि यार एंड ऑफ द डे काम होना चाहिए. यू कांट जस्ट गेट अपसेट अबाउट एवरीथिंग. यू कांट जस्ट ओवर एक्सपेक्ट फ्रॉम things from people around you. You just need to be realistic, practical. नहीं हुआ, it's okay. Let's attempt it again.
Super. ये भी कहीं ना कहीं मेरे ख्याल से कुछ स्पोर्ट्स खेलते थे क्या बचपन में? Where does this kind of thought process come from?
I have been always a casual sportsman. I mean, I have played all the sports. खेलने के लिए सब TT भी खेल लेंगे, बैडमिंटन भी खेल लेंगे, क्रिकेट भी खेल लेंगे, but not a very, very strong sportsman. But yeah, I love cricket. I try and play cricket very frequently. So yeah.
Which is very, very visible by the kind of brand ambassadors you had.
Yeah, I think that is also one of the reasons. That is also one of the reasons.
मैं हमेशा किसी एंटरप्रेन्योर से या किसी मार्केटिंग कैंपेन में बैठता हूँ तो मैं पूछता हूँ आप हो ना फैन?
मैं तो हूँ.
पैसा स्पेंड कर रहे हो?
मैं तो हूँ. तो
you had ऋषभ पंत, रोहित शर्मा, विराट.
Yeah, we
Vani
had.
Kapoor.
Yeah, Vani Kapoor. We had. We still have Taapsee. We have Virat.
Yes.
Virat is a recent addition.
Correct.
Virat was the one that we genuinely loved. Everybody loved in the country, right? And I still remember there's a place. His old house is in Gurgaon,
Correct.
and there's a very good, lovely food place there, which we used to.
सिविल लाइंस वाला.
नहीं, अरे वो बहुत लेट है.
हाँ.
So.
कौन सी जगह बताओ? खाना की जगह मेरे को पहले पूछनी होती है भाई.
So I love this place called it's not a restaurant. It's
Okay.
क्या बोलते हैं उसको? एक जगह है बस joint है where it's a pop-up kind of a thing. By the name of I'm a vegetarian though, but I'm
Okay.
still taking that place. Qureshi करके एक जगह है.
Of course I know.
Where
Yeah.
it's they have the best tandoori paneer tikka and all the veggies that they have. So we used to go there and eat, and we used to see his house is also nearby.
हाँ.
But now having this would be like 10 years back when I saw it first time, and now having him as a brand ambassador, it's a great feeling.
So you've gone from sharing the same food place as a favorite one to having your.
Not sure if he used to have those food or not, but a place very close to his house versus यहीं
अगर
पास
आप
में ही है.
लोग विराट कोहली के फैंस हैं तो हमें प्लीज बताइए कमेंट्स में कि वो वहाँ खाते हैं कि नहीं, क्योंकि हमें पता है वो उनका कम्यून तो है.
नहीं खाते होंगे, पक्का नहीं
खाते होंगे.
अब तो नहीं खाते होंगे यार.
हाँ.
He's completely vegan guy now.
तो फूड की बात आई थी और मैं फूडी हूँ खुद, तो मतलब मैं ऐसे बिना खाने की बात के छोड़ता नहीं हूँ किसी को. तो बता दो भाई क्या करते हो, एक तो डिस्ट्रेस करने के लिए क्या करते हो, और फिर खाने के अराउंड अपनी कहानियां बता दो मुझे.
खाना तो यार मैं बोलता तो हूँ अपने आप को फूडी. आई वॉच लॉट ऑफ फूड व्लॉग्स आल्सो. आई एक्सप्लोर, though I've not been able to make it to different food places.
Okay.
But now I know कि किसका कहाँ पे क्या पसंद है. If I am going to Bombay, I have to figure out that vada pav place जहाँ पे best मिलता है.
अरे आप मेरे बहुत अच्छे दोस्त बनेंगे.
So अभी recently in my last trip when I went, मीठी बाई कॉलेज है.
हाँ, मिट्टी भाई के सामने एक अच्छा बड़ा पाव मिलता है.
नाम भूल गया मैं. जो
मैं थोड़ा 10 मिनट और लूंगा आपके.
कोई बात, 10 की 20 लो.
ठीक है.
तो वहाँ पे I went out and eat the food. I am a street food lover.
Oh, super.
And I try and attempt everything which is vegetarian. So there's this paneer tikka place that I told you.
Yes.
Then I love pani puri like crazy. I can still get down to any pani puri wala and eat it.
मतलब ऐसा 10 प्लेट टाइप के.
10 प्लेट शायद हाँ भी 6-7 तो खा ही लूंगा. So I have been very very foodie in street food because बीकानेर में यार हमने ना वहाँ पे fancy places उतनी नहीं थी उस टाइम पे, and we have always been you go out to eat what pani puri, tikki and whatever.
ये इंडियन मार्केट भी भाई बहुत एक ट्रिकी मार्केट है विद कंज्यूमर प्रोडक्ट्स फॉर श्योर, बिकॉज मुझे लगा हमेशा कि हम वैल्यू कॉन्शियस है ना बहुत, तो प्राइसिंग कितना कठिन होता है.
यार मैं बताऊँ, मुझे लगता है कि जो हमें एटलीस्ट जो मुझे बताया गया था व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड वाज वेरी डिफरेंट एंड इट्स नॉट 100% ट्रू. We are such a big country, massive population. We have different cohort of different people.
Yeah.
Everybody want different thing, and there's a huge scope for anybody to come up with that one right solution for that one cohort and expand it to the multiple cohorts later on. But then your product cannot fail in India. You need to, मतलब आप इतना कुछ एक्सपेरिमेंट करने चलना ही चाहिए यार. क्यों नहीं चलना चाहिए? आपको कुछ चाहिए, मुझे कुछ चाहिए, किसी और को कुछ चाहिए.
सही बात है.
हर कोई चीज दुनिया में नहीं बन रही है ना. एंड व्हाई नॉइज गॉट आल्सो सक्सेस वाज, आई थिंक वी ट्राइड एंड रीचिंग आउट टू डिफरेंट कॉर्ड. वी break, for an example, we created product for a lifestyle user who was doing it for fashion, who wanted that different color element in the product. We did it for them. We chose a cohort of sportsmen and let's say health freak. We created different set of a product. We created different product for a runner when he wants a GPS in his watch and things like that. We created different product for music lover. We created different product for someone who's using the watch for convenience. So all that thing that you need to attempt, you need to try, and you may not get success in all the cohorts, but यार कहीं तो मिलेगी ना. So I think that ways we have solved it. We got fortunate to get success in a lot of our initial product, like I said before. But yeah, so my point is that India market is very, I would say, acceptable to the new things now at least. Now you see all the D2C era that has come. आज से 5 साल पहले D2C as a word never existed,
Did
right?
not exist, yeah.
And if we would tell that we want to sell our product online, people used to laugh on us कि यार ये क्या मजाक कर रहे हो भाई. But now what has happened is people are much more ready to explore things. They are ready to try a brand which they have seen first time an Insta ad, and then they're like, yeah, try करने में क्या जाता है? Yeah, my mom is shopping online. Yeah, she's shopping on WhatsApp. Right? She's randomly figuring out some vendor in Banaras and seeing. Trust है ना, सब लोगों का आ गया. They are ready to explore.
और COD कर लेते हैं.
COD कर लेते हैं. Everybody is, the ecosystem is evolved. Everybody is ready. Businessman is ready. I mean, the community is ready. Buyer is ready. Logistics and supply chain is ready, and I think it's a right time for anybody to start something, and of course with the right product, finding out the right gaps. You need some data and understanding around it, but too much of data also slow down the process of executing, I feel.
है ना?
So sometimes you need to believe in your gut feeling and start executing.
तो hunch पे कितना विश्वास रखते हो?
I would say now more. पहले मैं बहुत ज़्यादा data centric होता था. I think with the learning now, some set of experience, some thoughts in past, I think I now am 50-50.
Yeah.
I would go for if even if the data says so great about it, if my gut is not believing in it, it will be very difficult for me to execute it. A lot of time people come, यार आप ये वाला टेक कर लो, आप वो वाला गैजेट कर लो. मुझे लगता है यार नहीं, इसमें वो जब तक मैं कुछ contribute नहीं कर सकता ना, I don't want to do it.
Superb, interesting. Are you a car person? Are you into cars and bikes?
यार I always wanted to be a bike and car person both, but बाइक तो थोड़ा सा अवॉइड कर दिया अभी मैंने. I still feel कि यार BMW की बाइक लेके आते हैं, वो कर लेते हैं because the place that I put up, I have a lot of biker friends, I would say, who are in the ecosystem. I feel that I should own it, but I think I am lazy for the bike part. Now thinking about car more, so yeah, more of a car person, I would say.
Like an SUV or a sedan?
Always SUV, not sedan. Though just one car that I saw of Merc recently, it was a beautiful car. Yeah.
The Maybach S-Class?
No, the EQS.
The EQS. Yeah, मेरे को उसका EQC थी क्या? The first one that they launched, मेरे को उसका shape नहीं ज़्यादा पसंद आया था.
It's a sedan. I love the interior.
Is it the SUV only ना?
No, this is the sedan one that I love. उसको देख के मुझे लगा कि मुझे देख के लगा कि यार क्या कार है.
Of course.
But just because of the way the roads and the travel that you have to do, I feel SUVs are preferable for me. And I choose SUV.
तो भाई अच्छा है, मजा आया आपके साथ मेरे को बात करके.
बहुत मजा आया मुझे भी, बहुत अच्छा लगा.
आप बम्बई आएंगे तो हमारे पास जो कुछ क्वेश्चन बचे होंगे हम वहाँ कर लेंगे खाते खाते कुछ, है ना?
मैं तो बहुत खुश हूँ सर. कोई खिलाते हुए क्वेश्चन पूछे तो ज्यादा खुश. कोई खिलाते हुए क्वेश्चन पूछे तो ज्यादा खुश हूँ.
भाई मजा आता है, ऐसा पेट भरा रहता है और अच्छा खुशी लगती है.
चलो जी, this was it, signing off. Do subscribe to Mashable India and let us know which was your favorite moment. और क्या आप अपनी वर्क स्पेस पे करवाना चाहोगे, क्योंकि ये लिस्ट हमें देंगे फिर हम इसी की डिस्क्रिप्शन में डाल देंगे.
करेक्ट, डन.
चलो डन भाई, थैंक यू.
लवली मीटिंग.
सिड साइनिंग ऑफ.
थैंक्स.